we detected an unusual trade in SharpLink Gaming stock, ticker symbol SBET. This company is a tech-driven platform in the online betting and gaming space, helping sportsbooks and media companies engage users through real-time betting integration. But here's where it gets interesting. Someone just placed a big bet on SBET stock, and it wasn't on a game. It was a $1.7 million options trade. And it's not just a bet on the company, it's a strategic bet on Ethereum. SharpLink Gaming now holds the largest public treasury of Ethereum, with hundreds of thousands of Ether actively staked for yield. In many ways, the company has become a proxy for Ethereum itself. And so in this video, we'll break down this unusual option activity to figure out whether this wealthy investor is bullish and buying, betting the stock to move higher, or bearish and selling, betting the stock to move lower. Because as we all know, the rich have more access to exclusive research and information, sometimes even leaked insider information, giving them an edge to make better, smarter financial decisions. This is how smart money always stays one step ahead, well before the rest of the market catches on. No wonder the rich get richer. And so, to level the playing field, let's dive into our analysis to gain insights from the rich so that our subscribers and members can profit from this deep knowledge too. As we can see here on the options time and sales tape, the most unusual trade happened on July 25th at around 10 a.m. for these January 16 options at the 24 strike calls. Two transactions were made for the same options at about the same price of $8.60. Since options prices are shown here and each options contract controls 100 shares of stock, to get the dollar value, we multiply by 100 or simply move the decimal 2 places to the right. That means each contract costs $860. And so, to calculate the total trade cost this wealthy investor spent, we multiply this price by the total number of contracts traded. Since both trades were for the same options, we add up the quantities, 1,190 contracts plus 862 contracts, giving us a total of 2,052 contracts. Next, we multiply the total contracts by the price of $860 per contract, and this equals a total trade cost of approximately $1.7 million for this unusual option activity. But keep in mind, just because a trade is large does not necessarily mean it has a high probability of success. In fact, this one carries more risk than the smaller, more selective trades we share on our website. And so if you want to get access to the lower risk trades with a higher probability of profit, then go to our website. We'll put a link up here. Keep in mind that our members also get earlier access to trades like this before anyone else, even before we share it with the public. So if you're tired of being late and want more time to act on these opportunities, just head over to our website, where you can see in real time when and which stocks wealthy investors are trading on Wall Street, so that you can have the same opportunities as the rich. Because if the rich get richer, why shouldn't you? With that said, even though this trade carries higher risk, we still took it, but we use position sizing to manage our risk. As you can see here on the option chain, for the January 16 options at the 24 strike calls, since this was a new opening trade, we also traded these call options and got into the same position here, marked as POS, which stands for our position, and the green color indicates a buy position. Now, how do we know these were new opening trades? Well, notice how the volume of contracts spiked up, reaching 4,000 contracts. That's significantly higher than the existing open interest of just 349 open contracts, which tells us these were new contracts being opened, not existing ones being closed. This data is very important to verify, because if a wealthy investor is closing out contracts or trades, it could signal a sign they're losing confidence in the stock. And in that case, it might not be the right time for us to jump in. On the flip side, if a wealthy investor is opening contracts, like in this case, it could signal an opportunity for us to start a new trade. That's why we also bought these 24 strike calls for a price of $860 each, the same price as we calculated and saw earlier on the options time and sales tape. And so when we analyze this trade, you can see here on the risk profile graph where the profit or loss shows up here, and the x-axis represents the share price of the stock, which is currently trading over here, and the y-axis represents the amount of profit or loss. Note the zero break-even line over here. And so when the purple line, which represents the current date, and the blue line, which represents the option's expiration date, are trading below this zero break-even line, as the share price goes down, this trade becomes more negative, more loss. And as the share price goes up, this trade becomes more positive, more profitable, because it's going long bullish on SharpLink Gaming stock. We can also confirm that by checking the options Greeks. This trade has a positive delta, which means it's positioned long and bullish. If it was a short bearish trade, we would see a negative delta instead. But keep in mind the risk with this trade. It has a negative theta, which means it loses value over time due to time decay. And that is why you can see here the purple line drops down lower to the blue line as we approach the option's expiration date. Since these options lose value through time, the break even on this trade moves higher as time goes on. And so you can see here, even though the call options we bought have a strike price of $24, the stock needs to trade above $32 per share for this trade to be profitable at expiration. Because of this added risk, along with other factors, we only took a small position in this trade. We don't invest a lot of capital into these higher risk trades. Instead, we focus most of our capital on lower risk, higher probability of profit trades, the kind of trades we share on our website. We'll put a link to our website here where you can also learn more strategies to boost your profits. Let us know in the comments. Are you betting on SharpLink Gaming stock to move higher or drop lower? As always, please like, subscribe, and until next time, let's keep tracking the trades of the rich so everyday investors can profit too. Take care and have a wonderful day.